It is a holiday. It is a banking holiday. Our construction workers never showed up. So our 20-something-year-olds...
I don't even think it was a banking holiday. I think it's just a holiday, and these guys decided to take it off, which just cracked me up. But, oh well.
We have our gin with us. I don't know what you have. You have something else today. Prosecco. First thing I want to chat about is utilities in Mexico. Because lots of people don't realize that we don't use natural gas here. You know, north of the border, you got natural gas comes to your house. Here, it is propane, and it's liquid propane, and they don't have pipes that come to your house. So every day, the propane guys drive around saying, hey, propane, they got songs. Each supplier has a different song, and you can call and get it all taken care of. For us, our propane usually runs probably close to 1,000 pesos a month now, because we have a commercial oven which has a massive pilot light, which goes all the time, and it's huge. I don't know why we run it all the time.
Because it's hard to light.
Maybe, but is it worth losing all of that? I don't know. So for
the frustration,
electricity in Mexico is owned by one company. It's called CFE, which is the Mexican federal government. Not inexpensive, but not terribly expensive either. For us, it's kind of an odd thing. If you use under 400 kilowatts, I don't know if it's every 2 months or every month, because they bill you every 2 months here. Mm-hmm. If you use under 400 kilowatts, they subsidize your bill. So our neighbors here, man, it's almost free for a lot of them. They just run the fans, some lights, no AC. We run AC. We've never run AC on the interior of our house previously, but we have solar panels. And
we do enjoy our AC.
Those solar panels, you know, for us, our payoff is 4 to 5 years based upon our consumption, but our consumption is huge. We do recommend our buyers to get solar panels, especially if they want to do any kind of rentals or be here for any length of time. If they're just going to be coming 2 weeks on, you know, every couple months, there's no reason to do that. But if you plan on renting it, you want those solar panels, because your renters, they don't care that you pay for electricity, and they will jack you right up to it's called DAC, D-A-C, which is, it's high use domestic user. And with that, it's the top rate. So, but it's still, I think, less than in the U.S.
Yeah, domestic
for the most part.
Consumption.
For the most people. So that is the gas. Water, almost free. Oh my gosh. Water is about less than $10 a month. And that includes the water to your property. It includes 5 cubic meters of water.
And then garbage.
Garbage too. Yeah, it includes garbage and your sewer, all for that $10 a month. Now, if you got a pool, you're going to pay a little bit more because your consumption is going to be higher.
You know, our consumption is only 108 pesos a month.
It's like $5 for us. Yeah. But we are getting a pool. We do have 2 lots. I guess we have 3 lots, but 2 are merged. One is still independent. So we have 2 water contracts. So we do pay $10 a month, but we get 10 cubic meters of water every month. So that's the electricity, water, natural gas. What else is there for utilities? Is that it? Because garbage is included with water. Telephone, internet. Oh my gosh.
Cable.
That is crazy, because there's Telecable, not my favorite internet company. There's Total Play. There is.
Well, and then some places it's Mega Cable, not
Telmex. So in a nutshell, we've used Telmex for the entire 18 and a half years we've been here.
Oh, Izzy is what it's called now.
Yeah. We get fiber optic to our house. It's 100 megs download and 40 megs upload, and that's $25 a month.
Our bill at the house, I think we're paying even less than that. I think that's the office that's 500 pesos. Here, I think it's only 350.
It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. So you definitely want internet. Cell phones still cheaper than Canada or the US. It is funny to me. We live in this poor country. Everybody's got a cell phone, which is why Carlos Slim, who owns Telmex, one of the richest men in the world.
Jolene will answer you, Philip.
He also owns Telmex and a few other businesses and stuff, but he's a uber wealthy man. So even in the poorest of neighborhoods in Mexico, you will go into the back 40, they're on their cell phone.
You can be out in the middle of the ocean and you're getting signal.
Oh, not the middle of the ocean.
Okay, the middle of the bay.
Yeah, you're within a mile here. You're going to definitely get some kind of signal.
Total play is almost the same cost in USA, except we have 200 dial-up in Mexico and 500 dial-up in... You have dial-up?
I don't know what that means.
So, Jolene, did you read Philip's question? He's asking where you, after going through Eagles Pass, to Guadalajara.
Yes, she is definitely. I don't know what the 500 dial-up is.
So I don't think they do dial-up.
Interesting. With your phone, you can call 100 and some countries in the world free of charge. So, I mean, it's not the best signal. We always say you can call anywhere.
You may not understand what they're saying.
You may not hear them well. Speed on internet. So 200 dial-up, 500 dial-up in Texas. Wow. So, yeah, Telmex, Canadians are just robbed. You know, in the States, you got decent prices.
But what's dial-up?
I don't know. What is dial-up? I remember dial-up internet being like 20 years ago.
On internet. No, I get what you mean. It's the speed, but then it's upload, not dial-up.
It is upload and download.
I'm confused.
That's right.
I'm just confused.
Yep, that's good.
And I know you're not that techie, so I'm not believing what you say.
So you now know how
Larry, where are you? We need you.
You now know how the utilities work in Mexico. Solar panels have come down so much since we bought ours 4 years ago. We didn't get them installed until 2 years ago, but that's another story.
That's okay. The roof was ready then.
It's still not ready.
Sure it is.
Well, no, he never did a good job.
Well, never. Who did on this house except for Jorge? Now
it's true. So the pool has still not been installed. We are still waiting for the fence to be done.
Now we want them to expand it. So
we just finished our 4 weeks, and it was supposed to be done in 4 weeks.
No, we're just starting our 4th week. It's only Tuesday.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it was supposed to be done, guys. It is not done.
Who knows what miracle they'll pull off at the end of this week?
It takes them 4 days to do 3 panels, and they've got 7 or 8 more to go.
Including the back ones?
Yes.
Dang, they're going to be here forever.
Yep.
Philip, message her privately.
There you go.
I don't know if you can on this. Can you?
Well, we can. I mean, Jolene, if you're okay, we can send Philip your email address at the end of this. But yeah, so Kareem, Gordon, Jolene, Larry, and Philip.
Yeah,
what
please
questions?
Ask us some questions. Gordon's typing.
There you go. We want to hear what questions you have. I shared about the utilities, and we have so much we have a 24 panel system, only 23, and we make anywhere between 15 and 42 kilowatts a day. It just depends on cloud cover. Generally, we're in the 35 to 42 at this time of year. And we right now have what happens with the solar panels, we don't have a battery system. So during the day, the meter goes backwards, and at night it goes forwards. Well, we have about 3,500 kilowatts banked up that we can use. So we have lights on all the time. AC is on.
Except for last night when the power went out.
It did go out for an hour and a half. And that is something.
So, Gordon, there's your answer. No, we do not have batteries.
We are getting batteries.
Aren't technically allowed to.
I don't think that's true.
I thought it had to be grid tie.
No. There are inverters now that you can do both. You can have a battery and a grid tie. So what it does is it goes into the batteries first, charges them, make sure you've got full power, then it goes into the grid. That is a great system. We don't have that system, but we are getting that system. When we do the pool and stuff in the back, I'm also thinking we may do an underground basement type thing. And with that, we will put the batteries, etc., under there. It's all good, honey. It's all good.
Where are we doing this basement?
In the backyard. She doesn't know yet.
Who's digging it?
The guys with the backhoes. They're going to dig up our backyard. And
they're going to find a body.
We were going to do that 3-story unit, but we decided not to. Because for less than what that 3-story unit is, we just got a 4-plex, which has a 5th unit attached to it, and we can build up on it. Also, we're getting a duplex too. Just like these are very inexpensive houses in our neighborhood. But in the duplex, our kids are going to live, and above they will live when they visit because it's close to the house. And they don't even have to stay with us anymore. And they've got kitchens. They'll have their own kitchens.
Oh, yeah, because it affects you so much when they do anything in our kitchen because of all the cleaning up you do.
Maybe. Okay, so what percentage of Oosteria's restaurants are closed in the summer? Larry, great question.
I'd say close to 50.
Yeah, it's got to be close to 50. I think the gin's getting to me. Not really.
There's a lot of restaurants that close for the season. There just isn't enough people here to make it work.
Cream. Okay, let's just start back here. So with solar, you have batteries for days that are overcast? No. We will be getting it. Kareem, how does the financing and mortgage work there? Oh, Kareem, it's not easy. You will pay 9 to 16%, and that's with 30 to 50% down. We really recommend that you get your money in your country of origin, a line of credit, a second mortgage, something like that, because if you're 9 to 16%, it very quickly adds up. So Larry, so when you say your meter goes backwards, does that mean you're giving power to the utility company? Yes. We are putting it in. The power company comes to your house before you're allowed to go live. They have to make sure you've got your ground, that you have to have the correct meter because we've got a 220 with the solar option. So it's funny when you look at it, there's always 2 numbers that flash. You've got the electricity you've produced and the electricity you've consumed. You just take one and minus it, and that's how you figure out what your balance is. Mm-hmm. If you do not use that electricity that you've got in balance, within 1 year, they take it away.
Only that month.
Yeah, for what was produced that a year ago.
Last April's is gone now. Whatever we had banked that last April, they take it off when we get to the next year around. But we still have lots banked.
So Philip says, not worth it. I looked into it. I don't know what you're saying. So I'm
assuming he's typing, so I'm assuming he's going to explain what's not worth it. Solar's not worth it. The batteries are not worth it. Batteries are expensive here. Oh, loans.
Yeah. Yeah, it isn't worth a loan. In Mexico,
No.
I have dealt with 3 mortgages in 18 years.
And there are some companies that will only let you borrow on purchases over $500,000.
Yeah, and you've got to do 50% down. And as the reward, they give you a discount of between 7.5% and 11%.
That's what you pay, not the discount. That's
what
you pay.
Yeah, it's the interest. Plus, you're going to pay more for your closing. Mm-hmm. It is going to take longer to close, and the bank is in control of the closing. You're not in control of the closing. You have to pay the closing costs. Well, it depends on the arrangement you work out with the lender. But at the same time, the mortgage company is in control of everything. Yeah. Generally, with our closing costs that are paid by the buyer, they're in control because they're the ones that pick the notary. They're the ones, they get their budget. They know exactly how much it's going to be. When the bank's in control, you're going to pay even more in fees, etc. Because now you've got what's called a guaranteed trust. If you don't pay for 3 months, they get it. Yes, on pre-construction, many will not touch it. The developer may have lending for the pre-construction, but that's kind of, it's an odd
But
thing.
lots of times that's only for the duration of the building. So we're talking, maybe 2 years, 3 max.
Yeah, but if you've got 2 years, maybe up there they could get their stuff together and make it all work. So who knows?
But then what if they don't?
What if they don't? Then they're in trouble. Gordon says, with housing costs going up, is it cost effective to buy land and build what you want? No. Obviously, staying close to what your ideal needs are. The biggest problem at this moment in history is the construction workers and the construction costs. To give you an idea, that 3-level studios that we were going to do.
No, they were 1-bedrooms.
Sorry, they're 3 1-bedroom condos, like 3 on a floor.
3 units, yeah.
One studio or 1 bedroom per floor, and then the rooftop terrace. The budgets on that right now are 3 million to 6 million pesos. We just bought 4 doors with an optional 5th for.
But they're a lot smaller.
They're a lot smaller, but we also have all of that land and we can go more. And it was for a fraction of that. I mean, it was close to the $150,000, which is that 3 million. Close to that. It wasn't that. But yeah, it's ridiculous to right now, if you want to buy existing you want to buy pre-construction, specifically buy land and build. It's going to take 2 to 3 years so you can have a team that you can trust, that you will pay reasonable amounts. And that's 2 to 3 years at a minimum. That's if everything finishes and those people have nothing to do afterwards. Okay. Philip says cash is best. Yes, it is best. Kareem says, is it difficult to get furniture, appliances, etc. delivered? No. It's so inexpensive. We bought...
It does, like Jolene said, yes and no, depending on where you go, but things take 4+ weeks to get stuff. That's if you're getting things custom. It could even take longer than that. Costco and Sam's, Liverpool, if you buy something off the shelf that's there, then it's not. They all do delivery now. So, and there's more and more. When we first moved here 18 years ago, there was hardly anything. Now there's so many more shops.
It is. I was just thinking about that today and yesterday, how much this town has grown since we have moved here and how different our world is. We used to have to drive, over half an hour 3 times a week just to go shopping, and that's one way. And that's half an hour just to get into town. Now we had, at the time, a 15-passenger van. There were some places we couldn't even go.
Some of the streets were too narrow.
And there was no parking in those days.
Yeah.
Jolene says, yes. Okay, yeah, we got that.
We went to Tonala in late January for 2 chairs and a table. Didn't get it until early March. Depends on what you're willing to pay and wait. Yeah, and again, it depends, too, on if it's something that's finished or if they're making it for you. Obviously.
Yeah, we had some chairs made at our office. Now, this was 4.5 years ago. And the 2 chairs, we had 2 wing chairs that we had made. And to get them delivered to us was 180 pesos. That's $9. Now, that was 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago. But at the same time, it's really not a lot. When we go to Guadalajara or Mexico City, it is something that we consider all the time because we can bring the stuff back or we can ship it.
Depending on what we buy. Yes, Philip, it's the furniture shows are February and August in Guadalajara.
The best one is in February.
It's bigger, way bigger.
So much bigger. The one in August, now during the COVID time, it was terrible because, freaking masks.
Well, not only that, but there was a quarter of the people that would go.
It was terrible. So hopefully that all works itself out. Christy had just read that in Jalisco, which is where Guadalajara, Puerto Vallarta is, they're getting rid of the masks.
Yeah.
It's about frickin' time. Frickin' moron, idiot, yahoo.
No. Is it costly to have a swimming pool built such as a splash pool or just not overly big? We are doing 3 meters by 7 meters, which is like 6-7 feet by 23 feet or give or take.
And that includes 1 meter around. It includes all of the mechanical.
We're doing a salt.
Yeah, we're doing salt water. So that we get 10-year warranty on the pool. I believe 3 years.
Anyways, long story short, that's going to be about $15,000 US for that.
Very affordable. Very affordable.
And they install it all. We just have to finish around it.
We have a friend, and they used to own a pool company in Canada. They wish that they had bought the fiberglass inserts like what we're getting. And they said if they were to do it all over again, they absolutely would do that. So, yeah, because with the tiles and stuff, they pop off and there's maintenance. And when you empty the pool out, the pressure, the hydrostatic pressure pushes in, and you can ruin the entire pool when you empty it out. Ours is nice.
It will be when it gets installed.
We also we're having a lip about that big around the pool, and it's going to have seating all the way around the pool because that backyard is going to be a party space. I mean, that's what April and Bill and Jeff and Claudia said.
Who are they to say? It's my house. No more parties. I'm done.
Yeah, because right now we do most of our parties upstairs. We have a covered terrace, 1,550 square feet upstairs. It's got a bathroom up there. And we've had parties with up to 70 people up there during COVID because most of our friends are not cowards. And if they die, they die. Okay, spending your money, are they? So for the pool, you're saying fiberglass shell is better? Yes.
You need to start at the top, not the bottom, when you answer questions.
Okay, wait. Is it costly? Kareem, how difficult is it to manage a property if you're not a local? Is this something that can be automated, much like local STRs? I don't know what an STR is, but yeah, you can do stuff here. There's several things that you can do, and I love that the tech has come so far. I mean, this started, though, probably 12, 13 years ago. Over Wi-Fi, you can get a lock. You can change the combinations to the lock, and you can have a housekeeper come in. She gets a code, and it disappears after one use. A plumber, your renters, they can come in, and you can actually have it with the AC units, where if the doors are open, the AC units won't run.
As long as the AC units have Wi-Fi. You can get that.
Yeah, but even then,
dongle.
Yeah, but you can even buy things now using the Pi 3, which is a little computer. You can create sensors, etc., in your property, or pay somebody to do that.
I have to say, this is more uncomfortable than standing. I'm just my back and
yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I'm changing the look. Oh, I look better with this. I don't look so gray.
Nice.
The color. There's color now.
Good stuff. So. I hope that answers your questions. Please tell me what an STR is. I don't know what that is. But we also have...
Don't forget he's a tech guy.
Property management people. That's right. You are a tech guy. So this is like easy peasy for you.
And Gordon, fiberglass shell is better. Well, that's what we've been told. And so that's what we decided to go with ultimately. And the bonus for that is we got to... I mean, I do get it that with a cement pool... with tiles and all that, you get to pick exactly what you want. But the pool company that we used had a lot of choices. So we picked one that has a shallow end at the beginning so the granddaughters can play in it and not...
Or you can put your chairs in, your beach chairs. Or you can
put your lounge chairs in it. And then there's a deeper part. Unfortunately, the one we're getting does not have a bench, but you can sit on the stairs, obviously. So,
yeah, it would have been cheaper for us to have a pool built. But I don't
know if it would have been.
I think it would have been.
The quotes we got were higher for a smaller pool originally.
Maybe. So, yeah, but with the equipment that they have also, it's fantastic. And it's a saltwater pool. So the nice thing is it's got a lot less maintenance. Mm-hmm. And back to Kareem. There are different property managers here that charge different amounts. Some charge USD, some charge pesos. I don't know why everybody doesn't charge pesos for property management stuff.
I know.
It's so weird. But you've got some that are crazy expensive and some that are very, very reasonable. We have probably 3 or 4 that we can recommend. You would interview them, obviously.
Well, it depends on where he's going to purchase, too,
exactly,
ultimately.
Exactly. Okay, so for your pool, you're saying fiberglass, yes. Spending your money, are they? Yes. Are those double
Oh,
gins?
short-term rentals, of course.
Hello.
See, can you tell we don't do rentals?
We don't do rentals. Are those double gins? Are these double gins? Do I have a double gin?
Double gin or double chin?
No. Is that a double gin? Like, did you give me a double?
Yeah.
Or is it a single? Okay. So yes, short-term rentals. Yeah, we gotcha. My friend is in La Puntilla, and he is on his third refurbish of the cement pool. Yeah, that is a problem. That is a problem. And Christy made the drink, John, really.
Of course I did.
She did.
Because last time I made myself one, he's like, oh, I don't know what she's drinking, but I don't have one.
All right, I'm going to stand up. Oh, my, look at that.
You still are ugly.
So it
Chins or chins, exactly.
Now, I'm going to put this back a little bit.
Play nice, Christy.
What else can we tell these folks here tonight, honey? I've told you about...
Thanks, Philip. We do have fun. We do enjoy... We have friends visiting that John went to school with, so we're going to see them tomorrow. And they ended up staying at our friend's little hotelito, which I thought was very cool, unbeknownst to us.
And then they met my son yesterday.
Oh, gosh, yeah. They were walking. Our friends were biking. Well, John's friends, our friends, were biking in Nuevo, and our son and the kids and his wife were walking in Nuevo. And Zach yelled out, Amberlyn. And
we yelled out a lot.
So she gets yelled out a lot, yeah. And the girls, Monica says, are you by any chance?
Jolene, I did not take her to dinner. She made nachos for dinner, and tomorrow we are going out for lunch or dinner or dinner. So we're going to do that tomorrow.
Yeah, Sunday we had the girls all day.
Christy would rather have the girls than go out to dinner, and it really pisses me off. Same as yesterday on Mother's Day, she wanted to do the grandma stuff, which is
Mother's Day was Sunday, which we had the girls.
Yeah,
yesterday.
And it's just I want the granddaughters a little less, just a little less. I do.
It's not going to happen. So then you'll have to go somewhere else.
I did 4 kids. She did 4 kids, but she's okay with that. So if you have your family up there, consider yourself fortunate. If your family is down here, you're blessed because your family is close. And that's
you are
better.
A dumbass.
No, I do want my family here. I really do. John, no, I did not take her to dinner.
Hot in July. It does get hot in July. The biggest thing is the humidity. Like even this morning, it was 24 degrees and 81% humidity. That's warm.
Very, very warm.
It is really the humidity that kills you.
And it does get up to 100% here. And that's why the temperature doesn't go up much because kind of here you've got the 25 to 29 is typical. In the summertime, it can get up to 32, 33. But that extra humidity boost, it is a kick in the butt.
Yeah.
And if you're not near the air movement, you need air conditioning. I mean, it can be crazy. We used to spend a lot of time at the beach when the kids were younger, and now we work instead. Why did we spend so much more time there?
Like Houston, yeah.
It is like Houston, yes.
Well, because we weren't owners of the business then, so we could, as soon as we were done work, we were done. We're done. Goodbye.
That is true.
And there wasn't, I have to say this, I think it was much simpler times back then because this kind of stuff didn't exist. So you didn't do these late night Zoom calls and you didn't do all of this kind of stuff. You did things via phone and so they were much shorter.
Yep. Now, we do have a story in regards to buying that little fourplex, only because even though the other agents were AMPI agents, AMPI is Mexico.
And a well-known north of the border chain, which we won't say what it is. Unless you ask. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we won't. So you cannot assume that just because somebody belongs to AMPI, which is the same as National Association of Realtors in the U.S. or CREA in Canada, you can't assume you're going to have the same level of service. We presented an offer early in the day, and the next day I found out it still wasn't presented. And the offer expired in like 4 or 5 hours. I was so angry. And the broker, who wasn't a broker, he pretended he was a broker. And he's like, well, we're not going to submit it because why would anybody buy a property without seeing it? And I'm like, are you making decisions for your seller without telling them? I mean, I was so angry.
And we also submitted a full price offer minus our commissions. And he says, no, they're only going to accept a full price offer. So he countered back with full price minus our commissions. And we're like, so that's over asking for this house that nobody's offered anything on yet.
Yeah, it was very funny, and it's all sorted out. But still, you can never assume just because you're dealing with a brand that you're going to be taken care of. Because there's 2 ways to take care of somebody. There is the Mary Poppins way, and there's the Al Pacino way. And there's a lot of Al Pacino in this area.
So Corrine was asking about certain U.S. lenders to make cash purchases. So normally, now Philip obviously has a response. So I will send you Kareem Philip's email address, but usually you go through your bank, you get a second mortgage on your existing home or a line of credit, and you buy down here. And then when you sell, you pay that off. That is generally what happens.
Yeah. In America, though, you've got many different options. You can get people in
right.
the
And
States.
we're not American. We are Canadian. So we don't know all of that. And because we don't do the financing, we don't know the details.
In Canada, when we left, there was only 5 banks. And there still may only be 5 banks.
Yeah. Gordon said, Canada. Took a walk through Nuevo Vallarta beach area, seemed all hotels and condos on the beachfront with gated communities dotted behind. Also looked very clinical. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Nuevo?
I always tell people,
Don't ask John.
Nuevo Vallarta is for people that want to live in Mexico, but not live in Mexico.
No, so they live in Mexico, but not live in Mexico.
They cross the gate and they're like, oh, I'm in Mexico. I'm so brave. Then they cross back and they're like, oh, now I'm safe. I'm behind the gates. It's just like America back here.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the people that live there generally are like that. And unfortunately for us, there's a lot of people that buy in Nuevo Vallarta. I cannot figure it out because there's no culture. And the people that rent in Nuevo Vallarta, if they want to take a bus, it is a nightmare. They're going to need a vehicle or Uber or something because it is very difficult to get around in there. So, yeah, it's a place that I generally, if they want to do lots of rentals, I say, sure, you're going to rent to them one time, and then they're done. And they're going to come to a place like Bucerias, fall in love, and that's going to be the place that they're looking for. If you want to keep doing that, fine, do that. Just you've got to be a good marketer. If you're not a good marketer or you don't want to market and you just want the same renters every year, be in a place that they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Give Kareem and Jolene's email. I can respond to them both. Fantastic. Kareem, if you're okay with that, we'll give him, I don't know if we have his email.
No, but I will text. Yeah, Kareem.
Oh, yeah. Well, you registered on Mexico Life.
He registered on Mexico Life. So I have Philip's. I will send.
Well, we should get Kareem's permission first.
No, I'm going to send Philip's email to Kareem and Jolene. And then if they want to, Philip is giving us permission to do that.
There we go.
So if you guys want to ask Philip more questions, then you can go ahead and do
What
that.
An odd world where you've got to ask people permission.
Isn't that Saskatoon?
SBCglobal.net. I think that's Winnipeg. Well, I don't know what that is. I only gave the last part. It's like saying tellus.com or tellus.net. Okay, Gordon. Kareem says, permission granted. Thank you. Live in Nuevo compared to Bucerias. Yes, that is what I mean. It is not a culture. The mall is the only culture that is in Nuevo Vallarta.
They don't have a town. It's not a town. It's a community, really. And now it isn't Nuevo Vallarta. It's Nuevo Nayarit.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It is Nuevo Nayarit. What a stupid, stupid thing they've done.
Yeah. So
I agree with all that about Nuevo Vallarta that you just said. Bucerias. La Cruz are living in Mexico. No, it's Southwestern Bell now, AT&T. Okay. And Jolene says Gordon Nueva Vallarta is more reserved versus Bucerius. That's true. Well, we have gone over the 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. We have had many discussions here. And so if you want to join us again next week, please tell friends, bring somebody. Because we also, by having people that live here, etc., they can answer questions that we can't, or they can help tie people together. Like, just real quickly, I'll explain the way that we do our business. Every year we have 3 or 4 parties, and at those parties we invite 20 to 40 people generally, and they're usually buyers, they're clients of ours, and then they come to our house. We see them, we chat with everybody individually for a few moments, and our hope is that they meet somebody that isn't us, that they like, and they become friends with those people. Because for us, we've had over 600 sales in those 18 years. That is a lot of people. There's just not enough hours in the day for us to be friends with everybody. So,
yes, there is. John just doesn't want to make them.
I love my wife. It's been almost 34 years. But yeah, that is something that we do. So if we invite you to our parties, please come. You will meet people and you will love them. We've got really awesome friends and clients and family that you will love. Absolutely. All right. So thank you so much for coming tonight. Larry, she is holding me back. Jolene, totally agree. Christy, John is wrong. 600. Come on. There's no way. All right, guys. So we will see you next week. Please bring somebody, and next.me/AMA. See you next week, guys.
Bye, guys. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much.